What's up, everyone? Old Dominion football is checking the clock because we are less than 24 hours away from the famous Toastery Bowl against Western Kentucky. Craig Loper and Brian Parsons in Charlotte right now to give us an update on the team as they make their final tweaks.
Well, once again, welcome to the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Craig Loper. He is Brian Parsons. He's been behind the camera the last couple days, stepping in front of it today as we preview this one. ODU, the football team, of course, booked its third bowl game in program history in dramatic fashion.
Well, actually, back-to-back walk-off wins, one over Georgia Southern, the other over Georgia State. But it's been 3 weeks since Old Dominion played a football game, so you know they're ready to get at it tomorrow against Western Kentucky.
It's like almost a relief to feel that the hard work's paid off. But now, you know what I'm saying, it's paid off. We're here, you know what I'm saying, but the job's not done, you know what I'm saying. We're trying to go win this thing.
And the biggest thing you can't do is with all the extra days, get a crazy game plan, right? You can get lost with that extra time. So we did a good job keeping it simple. Boys are ready to go.
Some of those close games we wanted another way, but it all worked out in the end. We got our 6 wins. We come to a bowl game. Now we get a chance to end the season with a winning record. It'll just be a lot of fun going into next year.
All right, Old Dominion trying to get to 7-6 on the season, which will be their first winning season since 2016. But they also received some good news this week with a big boost from one of their top players.
Former local Indian River High School star Lamarion James took that bad hit against Georgia State, was carted off the field, but he's back. Doctors have cleared him, and he hopes to be a spark for this team against the Hilltoppers.
I'm just ready to get back on the field. You know, I'm proud of my teammates because, you know, I heard Coach Ronnie told me about how my teammates, they felt like they had to win that game for me. So, you know, that meant a lot. So for me, I'm just trying to go out there and win this game for them now and play together.
Oh, he's our best cover corner, so we're super excited to have Scud back, and we're going to need him in this game.
Remember, 2 years ago, James opened the Myrtle Beach Bowl with an opening kickoff return for a touchdown. He told us he hopes to make a big play like that in this one come Monday. Meanwhile, let's talk about the Hilltoppers now. Going back to the Old Conference USA days, this was not a good matchup for Old Dominion. In 7 meetings, they were 1-6 against the Hilltoppers.
And this year you got Tyson Helton as the head coach. He's in his 5th year. He's actually the brother of Georgia Southern head coach Clay Helton. Okay, so Austin Reed is the starting quarterback for Western Kentucky, 3,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, but he may opt out of this game. All indications are that he will not play. So we're looking at a possible redshirt freshman playing in this game, which would be Turner Helton, the nephew of the head coach, Tyson Helton. Redshirt freshman, so a good opportunity there. But let's talk about some interesting stats here. Western Kentucky has given up 9 sacks all season. That's 3rd best in FBS. Old Dominion has given up 60 sacks. Ooh. That's the most in all of FBS. So here's some of the players and coaches talking about the matchup tomorrow.
They're a great program. Obviously, we've played them in the past, Conference USA. So I'm excited to get after them. Obviously, they got great guys. From what I've heard, good offense, but their defense is solid. They fly around. So we just got to match that energy, be the more excited team out there on Monday.
We played them in 2021 where they were, you know, the best in the country with Zappy and all that. And you watch them and same offense. Coach Helton does a great job. They're a tempo team. You know, it's like I'm back in the old Big 12 that I came up in.
They're aggressive. They like to blitz. And when you blitz, you have less people in coverage, right? It's a high risk, high reward. So they want negative plays. We want big plays. So if we execute and we can hit them, that'll be great.
All right, Western Kentucky has also been a thorn in the side of the Sun Belt Conference. In the last 2 bowl games, they put up 99 points in wins over South Alabama and Appalachian State. And also the line for tomorrow's game has gone from 2.5 to 5, probably because of that possible quarterback switch for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, Bailey Zappi was setting all kinds of records a couple of years ago. Yep. Luckily, he's not playing tomorrow. But meanwhile, here in Charlotte, it's been a mixture of good and a lot of work for this ODU team. We know the guys are excited just being around them at the team hotel for a couple of days. They're really soaking it all in. That Hornets game, NASCAR Hall of Fame on Saturday night. But tomorrow, it's all about business and making this happen against Western Kentucky. Kickoff Monday at 2:30 on ESPN. For Brian Parsons, I'm Craig Loper for the Sportswrap.
So you might watch all this build up to the bowl game, and maybe outside of picking a winner, you might think of one thing. What in the heck is famous Toastery? Listen, I've had full conversation with people on the street who don't know what this is. People might say, just college football, adding another random sponsor or thing so they can squeeze in another bowl. But no, see, this is actually the Bahamas Bowl. Supposed to be, but Charlotte ain't the Bahamas. So how did we get here? Thomas Robinson Stadium, the stadium where the Bahamas Bowl games are played, is currently under construction and wasn't going to be ready for that December 18th kickoff. So ESPN Events, which is based in Charlotte and picks the bowl games, turned to a local brunch spot in the Queen City with only 25 total locations to host ODU when they play Western Kentucky. Earlier today, I talked to the president of Famous Toastery, who is a diehard college football fan, had to take a minute to breathe when he found out that his business was the sponsor for this game.
So we had just finished up our franchise conference, and I got a email at 11 o'clock at night, and it was that ding sound where you go, do I answer that, or will that be there in the morning? And in fact, after I received the email, I was thinking to myself, wow, somebody's going to get a bowl game. And then I didn't think it was going to be me for about 30 minutes. It took me a little bit to get there.
This is so awesome, and it's actually fitting that this is the business to host ODU's bowl game because Sabasco actually has ties to ODU. His nephew is Cole Stringer, who is an All-Conference USA midfielder on the ODU men's soccer team. And now this family, intertwined with ODU and this brunch chain in Charlotte, just welcomed a new monarch to the world.
I'm a monarch uncle, yes.
Monarch uncle, okay.
My nephew Cole was supposed to be at this game, but he welcomed the newest monarch, Carter Mitchell Stringer, on Thursday. So he's going to be taking care of young Carter, getting him ready for monarchdom as we move through the bowl game. And I will dedicate my sponsorship to young Carter.